Do you want to be able to change your character's name at any point in time, regardless of how far you are in your save? Well, then I got the video for you. What's up, world? It's Toby here, back in the video. Today I'm showcasing on how to change your character's name in Hogwarts Legacy at any time. Now, there are a few limitations with this, but I will go over a few steps very quickly so that we can just kind of gauge in on how to get this started and what exactly we need to do. Okay, so first you're going to need something called Hex Editor. And it's very simple. All you got to do is head over to Hex Editor on Google. I'm going to have this link down below. We're going to go to HXD, Freeware, Hex Editor, and Disk Editor. And you'll come down here to this version specifically, because I'm sure that you're probably on either 8 or 10, probably Windows 10. So we're going to come here to download page, and you'll come down to whatever language you are. I'm going to guess most of you are probably English, so here we'll go here and download from HTTPS. And once you download this, it'll give you a little file. You go ahead and run that and install it. Now that we're done with that, we're going to head over to our save game files. Now the way to do this is to head to your user files. And so we'll go back here and we're going to go start on our C drive. This is our main drive. A lot of people have it typically on their C drive, so we're going to start there. We're going to go into users, and then we're going to go into my user account. And it'll be different for you. We're going to go to App Data, then we're going to go to Local, and Hogwarts Legacy. And then they're saved, and we have saved games. Now, you're not going to have this folder, but you will have this folder. What I suggest that you do is, well, actually not even suggest, I highly recommend that you do, is you're going to go ahead and copy all of this. So we're going to copy this. Then we're going to create a new folder. You can name it whatever you want. I named it Save Files Backup. And we're going to go ahead and paste all of your save files in here. Trust me, you're going to want to do this. I almost lost my 40-hour or 30-hour save earlier. And it was really depressing. I had to do a bunch of editing to get it to work right. I had to take another save and combine it. It was a lot. So just make sure you back up your stuff. Have it all back up here. Now, when you do the edits, it should give you a backup file as you see here anyways. But we're just going to do this just in case. So make sure you have this save file backup. And all your saves are in here ready to go and backed up. Now, we're going to go to the main folder, and we're going to start off with Save Game List. And so we're going to open up Hex Editor, and we're going to take Save Game List. We're going to drag it in here, and we're going to look for your player name. Now, my player name is kind of stupid, although it's not really. It's like my in-game name that I use on a lot of games, but I'm going to look for UMP. Now, I wanted to make my name just one thing, so I put a dash, and I didn't know that it was going to show off your first name rather than your last name in the front. A lot of games, like especially with Final Fantasy, they have like your last name presented more often than your first. Whatever. Anyways, so I made it dash UMP, whatever. So the thing with this is we can only change as much as there is to offer. So as of right now, if you have a name length, you're going to have to keep it the same length. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to keep this, since it's only one letter, I'm going to keep this just like that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to change the last name to just a dash. Okay? So again, what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control F. We're going to look for your name. And I would just do forward for now. Hit OK. And we're going to look for that particular name. But since I just changed that other value, I have to go back to the other one. Okay, now that we're back at our main area where we were before, the first instance of our name, there's going to be about 4 instances, so keep up with this. So our first name here, we're just going to change our last name to also dash. Again, because I can't really change the first name a lot, I can't add a lot to the first name because I only used one letter, but you're going to be able to change as much as you did. So let's say like your name was like up here all the way down, you could change all those letters. So you're going to, and just an FYI, you're going to change these portions. And if you ever need to add back a dot, if you messed up, you can do undo. But if you ever want to add back one of these dots and you kind of messed up, you come over here and just type in 0, 0. And that will give you a 0 value. But now if there is a value like this, 0, 6, you're going to need that one there because this denotes usually the starting value. So technically anything after this would probably be reasonable. However, the other save file has some issues, so I got to figure out how to change the length, but I will figure it out. But for now, we're just going to do this. So we're going to do dash, dash, and the rest of it we're going to do nothing. So we're just going to do, my name is just going to be a dash, dash. So in a space here, is 20. This is between your first, this is your first name, this is your last name. So that space denotes the instances between the two. So we have a dash here, and we're going to come here, and we're going to type in 0000. That's going to give us our value again. We're going to go ahead and save. We're going to control, and we're going to go back to what we had before, which was dash UMP. I'm going to come here. I'm going to change this value, dash, and then I'm going to do 0000. So that gets it to our name, dash, dash. We're going to go again. Another instance here. We're going to change this, dash 0000. Okay. Go again. Now I think there is like 6 instances in here. And again, we'll go dash UMP. We're going to go dash again. And these values would be 0000. Come back here again. And you're just doing the same thing for all of them, right? Bring your dash in. Okay, so now I can't find. Now, just in case you put a name like I did, and because this value is going to bring up random stuff like like this enump property and stuff like that, I'm going to do something called search all. And this is just to double check to make sure. So we hit Control F, we click this all button here, we hit search all. This is just in case you have a name that's like also being picked up here. And we're just going to go through and just check on this bottom tab here to make sure that we don't have anything called player name or anything of that nature. It looks good. So this is good to go. Now, we can go ahead and we'll close this. And we're going to go ahead and open up our other save file here. Now again, it should create this back file was already there for me, but it should go ahead and create another one for you. So this is the backup. So this also is a backup for your save, which is nice. But now here are your save files. Typically, wherever you manually saved, these are your manual saves. Wherever you manually saved, the top one will be 00. So like on the screen, the top one is going to be 00 all the way down to the bottom. So you might have like 11. I have like an 11th save that's older. I have a few ones that are at the bottom. But for now, we're going to use the top save. So we're going to take this save. We're going to drag this one in. Now this is where it gets a little bit complicated because we're going to have a few instances where I'll show you where my name does show up. Now, it might not be for you like that. Again, we're going to go ahead and put the dash. 0000. Do it again. Put the dash. 0000. Okay, so now that it can't find my name, even though I have, again, if you want to go backwards or forward direction up on the thing, you can switch here, but you can also do all. And it can't find it. And even when we do search all, it can't find it. So now I'm going to have to just use my last name on the game to search all here. Now, again, this is if you have a name like mine, where it's a little bit goofy. And you're going to see here that we have an instance called player last name. Now, here's where we can't really add things here, because you'll see here that like it kind of the bytes change and the values change here. So we're going to have to just use a dash. So that's what we're changing it to. Remember, that's what I'm changing my name to. And I'm going to do 0000, and then we're going to leave that one, because that value is unchanged. So we're just changing the values that I have. See how it's limited? I'm only allowed to change these three values because that's how long my name is. There's no way to add an instance here. So that's why we have to keep it the same length. Now, we look for our player first name. Here's our first name, dash. We're just going to leave it as that, because we only have one value that we can change, and we didn't change it on the other ones. And as you can see, we have this value is not a 00, it's 19, so we can't change past that. So we have to change just this value. For the purposes of this video, I'm just changing that one. Now we're going here. Again, player last name, change to a dash, 0000. Again, we're only changing the bytes that we've used. So far, we've only figured out how to change the length of the name. It has to be the exact same length as your name currently. Now we're looking through here again in the bottom section for that player last name. Again, you might not have to do this. You probably just have to hit Control F and look for it. But because I made my name that's like also referencing other things, I kind of have to do it this way. So again, player last name. This also helps people that have a name like this. Dash 0000. Last name. Oh wait, actually, I want to go back to this really quick. Oh no, because we're not going to change the last name, but I just want to show you really quick. Here's the first, we didn't change the first name, but here's the first name again. It's only 1 byte long. Yours is probably going to be a little bit longer. That's the only byte that you can change, at least for me. Remember, because I said it's only one thing long, so that's the only one we can change. We're going to go to this one, and we're going to change this again to dash, do 0000. We're scrolling through here again to see if we see any player name instances. Now, there should be all of them. What we're going to do now is to just double check. We're going to reload everything up, and we're just going to kind of scroll through here to see if we see any player name instances. Okay, so now that we see that we don't have anything in the player naming area here, we're going to move on, and this should be good to go. So the save should be good to go. We're going to hit Control S to save. Make sure you do that for the last one as well. And again, it's going to give us a backup file right here. And now we're going to go ahead and launch the game. Now, you should get the main menu screen, and you shouldn't get anything about menu reader or anything like that. If you do get that, you messed up. Restore both your backup saves and restart. But as you can see, we've officially changed our name to dash dash instead of dash UMP, and that should be our name even in the game. We're going to go ahead and load just to double check. Now again, unfortunately, I wasn't able to change the first name. I probably got to put a different letter, but you get the gist.
It seems all roads lead
because there wasn't like any space for that, right? You can only change the characters that you have. And how do you view your name? I think you go to gear. And as you can see again here, we have the value dash dash. Now make sure you're changing all those values, otherwise this save won't load. And if it doesn't load, you can go ahead and restore your save game files. And I'll show you how to do that because I don't want that to be my name anyways, because I like those. We're going to go back into here, save files backups. We're going to copy this one. Back in here. We're going to paste, replace file. Back up here. We have to, remember, we have to make the save game list one, the same one. Save games file list has to be the exact same. Paste it here. Now we're going to relaunch, and everything should be back to normal. Again, we got our menu screen, and as you can see, we're completely restored all the way back with our original name, dash UMP. For now, this is the best we can do. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and until the next one. Deuce.